Henry Caruso wasn't even on Mitch Henderson's recruiting radar when the Princeton coach saw him for the first time in high school.
He was a junior, and I was watching another player, and I said, who's that guy? And typical of Henry, it wasn't a really pretty game, but he was involved in most of the big plays. You couldn't stop him. 6'2", 6'3", kind of a tweener, in-between player, but what stood out was his dribbling and his competitiveness.
Fast forward to 2016, where those skills have clearly translated to the college game.
We'll put it on the floor, spins, puts it up, and in! Henry Caruso going at two defenders there.
This year, on a team without a single senior in the regular rotation, the Princeton junior entered Ivy League play second in the conference in scoring at 17 points per game. He also paced the Tigers in rebounding, steals, three-point shooting, and field goal percentage in non-league play. All this from a player who averaged just 6 points a game last year.
I'm not really surprised. My teammates do a really good job of looking for me in good situations, and we've been really flowing together well as a team.
A lot of people that have been watching us, at this time last year, Henry, he sort of saved us in the pen game here. To that point, he hadn't played much.
Just 14 minutes total as a freshman, but that 23-point effort against the Quakers helped solidify his place in Henderson's rotation last year as a sophomore, and he worked his way into the starting lineup with 3 weeks left in the season. So far this year, the California native has nearly tripled his scoring output from a year ago, and Henderson says Caruso's intangibles allow him to play bigger than his 6'4" frame.
He was consistent from freshman and sophomore year, and every practice he would get all the tough rebounds. We had a really hard time guarding him in practice. He's got excellent body control, balance, the ability to hang in the air. He was playing against Miami where he went up against one of their tall 6'11", 7-foot centers, and he hung in the air a little bit.
And a steal. Caruso on his way to the rim. Caruso dunks it with two hands. Henry Caruso, tie game.
His real talent is he can play away from the rim. He's a really good shooter. Percentage-wise, he might be one of our best shooters. So you got to come out on the perimeter and guard him, and he's really developed in a perimeter game.
I take what the defense gives, and I think I catch some guys by surprise. I don't think a lot of people at first glimpse think of me as athletic or whatnot, but I think it kind of works to my advantage.
Caruso came to Princeton with a strong athletic pedigree. He's the second leading scorer at Serra High School near San Diego, where he followed in some impressive footsteps.
Going to Serra, there's a lot of big alumni that went before me, like Tom Brady, Barry Bonds, Lynn Swann, Dan Mavrades, former Princeton Tiger basketball player.
And he feels a similar sense of tradition when he walks into Jadwin Gym.
Looking up to the banners and seeing all the great teams that have come before us, and obviously with Coach Carrill always around, you get that sense of pride and legacy that there's really something special that goes on here.
Princeton headed into January exams with a 10-4 record, including a tough overtime road win at Penn to open Ivy League play. And if Caruso continues his upward trajectory, there's no reason to believe the Tigers won't be in the Ivy League mix.
Henry has never been satisfied with being just good. He wants to be great.
Caruso thought about shooting, now will penetrate to the baseline. Still working. Trying to get Holmesley up. Drops it in. Henry Caruso just worked him down low. Very patient on offense.
I haven't really been around this, like a type of group where all the seniors and freshmen, hang out outside of basketball, and we all really like each other. And I think that, can be good for us going forward, just because when we're in a close game, when we're in a tight environment, we can come together and not be fazed because we've been here before. And I think that's a big thing going forward, is just the experience and just that level of youth. They bring so much energy, and we feed off that.
For GoPrincetonTigers.com, I'm Cody Cruciel.